In 2021, we have already seen some absolutely ridiculous things happen in the world of investing. We've had the massive increase in Bitcoin, we've seen Elon Musk posting cryptocurrency memes every chance he has had, and of course we have had the famous GameStop short squeeze. Which brings me to asking myself the question, has any of these major things that has happened already in the first 2 months of 2021 changed the way that I'm planning on investing this year and going forward? But I guess before we do get started, I think it's best for me to actually share what my actual strategy has been for the last 3 years from when I first started investing in 2017. And it will come to no surprise to the people that have watched my content before that my investment strategy is very much a long-term based strategy. I like investing into low-cost index funds each month over a long period of time, and I also like to invest into big companies that I truly believe in, and companies that I truly believe are going to be around in at least 10 to 15 years time as well, ones with nice and healthy balance sheets and stuff like that. A lot of people will say this is very much a Warren Buffett-esque approach, and I have absolutely no shame in admitting that I have been really inspired by Warren Buffett and his investing principles. We were actually born on the same date, which is August the 30th, which pretty much does make us related, doesn't it? No. Anyway, it's been a very much long-term strategy where I like to invest regular amounts monthly into low-cost index funds and watching my portfolio build up over time. Which brings me back around to the question, what is going to be my investment strategy for 2021 and potentially beyond that? And has it changed much to the previous 3 years that I've been investing in the stock market for? And the answer is kind of, but not much, so let's dive into that. All right, so I guess the best place to start off with is my index fund strategy, and this isn't going to be changing at all in 2021 and most likely beyond that. I am a massive believer in investing regular amounts monthly into low-cost index funds. The best way I like to explain this to people that don't have as much clue on the stock market as maybe myself or others is when you're investing into index funds, because you're investing into so many different companies into one fund, it's almost like you're betting on the country or the market to win. If you're not confident on the S&P 500, which is the top 500 companies in the United States, on going up in the future, you're basically betting on America to lose, and in its history, it hasn't done that yet. So for me, index fund investing isn't changing at all. Just for those that are interested, the two main index funds that I invest into is VMID, which is a tracker of the FTSE 250, and then VUSA, which is a tracker of the S&P 500. If you wanted more information about those index funds, head over to vanguard.com and search them and you will find out whatever you need to find out. All right, so moving on to talking about individual companies and the thing that everyone wants to know about, and that is crypto. So starting off with my individual company investments, things are going to be making a little bit of a change. Now, one thing that isn't going to be changing is me increasing my holdings and stake into the 3 major companies that I've been investing into for the last 3 years. That is Apple, Facebook, and Coca-Cola. I really do believe in these companies for the next 10 to 15 years at least. I still think they will be around and be in full force. So what I'm going to be doing when I can is adding more money to these investments, like I said, as and when I can. I do actually want to add at least a couple more companies to this long-term portfolio of major companies that I want to invest in for the long term, but I haven't actually come to deciding which ones I want to go and invest in yet, so I'm not going to mention them in this video. I do have an idea, but I'm not going to say anything until I am 100% sure. However, one thing I am definitely going to be doing new in 2021 is start looking at some more speculative investments. Now, I will admit the GameStop saga, if you didn't know about it, I'm guessing you would have been under a rock, has definitely opened my eye up to maybe putting a little bit of money that I can afford to lose into investments that are a lot more speculative, a lot more smaller companies that could potentially grow massively over a shorter time period. And I want to just go back and touch on what I just said there. This is money I can afford to lose. This is what I class as my fun money. This is money I would have probably spent on clothes, wasted on a night out or something like that. This is money that I'm going to be putting into my free trade account and looking at these more riskier investments. I have personally seen over the past month or two people putting their life savings into companies like Gamestop. This is an absolute ridiculous thing to do. I would never ever suggest anyone do that in the future, but people do get carried away with the hype that is on Twitter and on the news. But yeah, just taking it from me, this is something I would personally never ever do. It's pretty much like gambling all your hard work away. It may pay off, but most of the times it doesn't. And I did also just mention I will be loading this onto my free trade account. Now, if you didn't know about free trade, it is a completely free trading platform with zero commissions, which is why I'm going to be using that investment account instead of the one that I use for my index funds, simply because the one that I use for my index funds has a lot more features, but they actually offer a commission when you're actually buying and selling your stocks. I only have to worry about this commission when I buy them because I'm holding them for a really long time. Whereas with free trade, if I'm going to be buying and selling some stocks over shorter periods of times, I'm going to want no commission because I don't want to have my profits eaten up by these commissions and stuff like that. So I'm using free trade. If you wanted to actually get involved with free trade, it's a completely free commission-based trading platform, like I said. And if you were to use my link down below and register £1 onto the account, you will actually receive a stock with the value of anything between £3 and £200 within 7 days of activating your account. So if that was something you were interested in, make sure you hit my link up down below and go and check out free trade. All right, so moving on to the final thing to talk about, and that is my investment strategy with cryptocurrencies. And I'm probably going to get burned for saying this, but with cryptocurrencies, I am going to be doing nothing. Hold off before you go crazy at me in the comments, all you kryptonites and stuff like that. I did invest into Ethereum in 2017 and I still hold Ethereum, so I've made some really nice gains with that. But the reason why I am personally not investing any more into Ethereum or cryptocurrencies at this present time is simply because I've recognized I don't know enough about it. Going back to 2017 when I bought my first Ethereum, like I said, I hold 1.2 Ethereum, which is quite nice at the moment. I think it's sitting currently at $2,000 at the recording date of this video. I thought I knew everything about cryptocurrency. I was trying to explain the blockchain to people, but the more and more I looked into it, the more and more I realized I didn't know enough about it. That's not to say that I'm not researching it. Every single day, pretty much, I'm looking into different cryptocurrencies, trying to research more about the blockchain. But right now, I have always had this mantra where I will only invest into something that I fully understand. And cryptocurrencies for me isn't one of those. The one thing I'm really glad about is that I do hold 1.2 Ethereum. So if it was to go to the moon, then that's absolutely great. But also at the same time, this was money that I didn't care about at the time, that I just invested in. I think it was only like something like £400, $400 maybe. At the time I invested into Ethereum back then. And if it was to all go, then it's not really going to be a massive amount of money lost. So yeah, in terms of my strategies for cryptocurrencies, nothing as of yet, but as I learn more and more about it, if the opportunity comes there for me and I feel that I fully understand it, then that's something I'm going to be looking at in the future. But yeah, just to summarize, my investment strategy for 2021 and hopefully beyond is very much staying the same, just with some minor tweaks. Question of the day: what is your investment strategy for 2021? Are you into index funds? Are you looking to do some swing trades on some speculative stocks like me? Or maybe you're massive on the crypto scene? Whatever it is, let me know in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care.